live and 75% of our GDP is generated. So we're here today to release the Urban Bikeway Design Guide. It was developed by cities, for cities. It includes best practices, new standards, knowledge, basically everything that you need to know to bring world-class bikeway designs to city streets. And U.S. cities have made huge leaps in the last 5 years. You take a look at some of our most iconic streets. You take a look at Pennsylvania Avenue. You take a look at Broadway in New York City. You take a look at Milwaukee Avenue in Chicago. You would not have seen these streets, these complete streets, these incredible bike facilities 5 years ago. But until now, city leaders have really struggled to bring these kinds of innovative designs to city streets. Some states enforce rigid design standards that don't allow for these kinds of designs despite U.S. Department of Transportation directives. And other cities simply have not had the resources to be able to experiment and try new designs on city streets. So to address these barriers, NACTO set out to create a set of standard treatments for creating world-class streets for cycling in the United States. It has the input of 18 cities, experts from around the world, and a lot of great work came from Portland, Oregon, where our congressman hails from, and Mayor Sam Adams. And the result is a set of design standards that are tailored to U.S. cities and fit into a comprehensive street improvement strategy, which is something that we're all working on. These designs also deliver incredibly safe streets, and in New York City alone, we have invested in 260 miles of on-street bike lanes in the last 4 years. Innovative protected bike lane designs have been put down, and as a result, we've seen traffic fatalities at their lowest level in 100 years since the city started keeping records. So it's much more than a bike design guide. It's a design guide for safer streets, for a safer future, and to ensure that our streets really work today and in 2050 and not designed for 1950. So it is wonderful to actually have this done. I want to thank everybody for being here, working with local leaders, with state leaders, with our federal leaders. We can really design a safer future and make cycling a much more mainstream component, safe, healthy component of our city streets. And it is now my pleasure to introduce someone who has done more for safety and more for cycling than any other secretary in United States history. Please join me in welcoming Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood.